Wow, that just went up a notch, Joey. Welcome to 100 episodes of Wind Against Tide, everyone. Great to be here on a Thursday night, 21st of December, just before Christmas. Everyone's happy. Got one more day of work. Some of you lucky buggers have already knocked off. But Joey, 100 episodes. How does it feel to reach this milestone, my friend?
Dave, I can't believe we're here. I definitely didn't think I'd be around for 100 episodes, but
I tried to get rid of you, but you just kept on coming back.
Yeah, but how good is it? We're heading into Christmas weekend. It's just clicked over 8 p.m. on the Australian Eastern Seaboard, and I'm pumped to have a Christmas special / 100 episodes of Wind Against Tide. It's going to be an awesome celebration. We've got a lot of friends joining us tonight.
I've got a little secret for you, Joey. We're actually on about 104.
Oh, what?
See, I didn't want to. I feel
cheated.
I felt like the boat show ones were cheating, so I didn't number them. So we did kind of tick over that a little while ago, but I wanted us to earn it, Joe. I wanted it to be special, and because it's just before Christmas, couldn't be any better timing for us. So it's been a massive journey for Wind Against Tide, and I guess we wanted to kick off the show by just saying thanks to each and every one of you who tune in and listen. Whether you're here right now live listening or whether you listen back in your car or on YouTube. The reason that me and Joe have kept going with this is because you guys love it. Obviously, we do not make a single cent out of it. That is for sure.
We owe money.
We are quite in the red, but makes a bunch of you guys happy, and that's what's really important, isn't it, Joe?
It sure is. We love doing it. We love the smiles it puts on people's faces, and we just love that you enjoy it. So we're going to keep going for another year at least. We're re-signing our contract for another year, Dave.
Yeah, I've gained your signature, Joey. So you're locked in. There's no exit clauses in there. Who's your real estate contract writer, Joey?
Oh yeah, there's lots of good property conveyancers. Maybe we need to get them to look at my talent contract.
Yeah.
Get that checked over.
I got one of them. So yeah, ironclad, baby. You're not going anywhere. So it's been a week since we last were on air, Joey. What have you been up to, my friend?
Mate, I'm going to just rip right into it, what I've got up on the list. Guys and girls, if you are interested in fishing, boating, camping, diving, putting hundreds and hundreds of litres in your car, boat, motorbike, whatever, you better get on to the petrol station, because this is a public service announcement, by the way. Petrol is about to race on up in price. I did a bit of a petrol watch just before we went on live on tonight's show. And believe it or not, Dave, there are places in the metropolitan Melbourne, east, middle, and west and southeast, where you can fill up. This is unleaded 91. You can fill up for about $1.68 per litre. $1.68. When was the last time you saw petrol $1.68, Dave?
Oh, back in 1972, I think it was.
That's Joey. Right. But even tonight, as I've gone on to my petrol app, the price has started to race on up. It's got up to $2.15 a litre in some places, but just a
criminal.
Just a little snapshot. At United in Carrum Beach, $1.69 per litre. You've got $1.99 at BP at Safety Beach. Then over in the west, for $1.71, United Laverton has got cheap petrol. And if you're heading out towards that eastern corridor from Metro Melbourne, you can pick up $1.72 per litre in Cranbourne at United. So that's my little budget petrol watch there. Public service announcement. Fill up your cars and boats and stuff now, because the price has already started going up. It's already started going up.
Just end the podcast, mate, because that is some quality podcast material right there. Everyone get out and get yourself some very large fuel containers and stock up, because you've heard it from Joey, a live petrol update. Didn't think you'd get that one, did you? Now, fishing, Joey.
You've been fishing in the past week, Dave?
I have, yes. Sunday afternoon, because how's the weather been? We're going to touch on that later, actually. The only decent weather window we had was Sunday afternoon. And yeah, good friend Suraj and old mate Reece Kennedy, who I haven't been fishing with in some time. Was great to catch up with him. We just went out for a nice evening on Western Port, which we've been doing a bit lately, Joe. We really just go out there to have some delicious food and talk, and we wet a line at the same time. But yeah, Western Port, interesting fishery at the moment, in a bit of a transitional phase, I feel, Joe. Water temp nearly 20 degrees. Dip your hands in the water there at night, and it feels like a bit of a bubble bath. It's quite nice.
I love fishing with Suraj. He's one of the most happiest men on the planet that you've ever met. You know the book, The Happiest Man on Earth? I'm almost sure it was written after Suraj. And yeah, he's like the Dalai Lama. He's
Hey,
very spiritual. He's very insightful and wise.
He was like Santa Claus the other night. He came bearing gifts. In fact, we've got it. He sent a gift in with me to give to you, which you can't wait to open after the podcast and give us a bit of a live reaction.
Yeah, can't wait.
Very exciting. So yeah, we got out. Target species was a bit of a mixed bag actually. We worked along the shoreline of Phillip Island, Joe, Cowes and Ventnor, and picked up a beautiful sized squid. We just needed one squid. We caught that, and then we headed off, and we ended up sitting off Rill, and it was slow. We ended up with 2 or 3 snapper, and a couple of nice eating gummy sharks actually, Joe.
Yeah. How big were the snapper, Dave?
Oh, they weren't big, mate. Topped out at about 3.5 kilos, so small size. But like I said, this time of year, you definitely still get some good fish, but you do see more of the pinkies and smaller models becoming quite ravenous, and potentially the big ones are starting to spawn. So,
did you see many boats out on Sunday evening? Being so close to Christmas, sometimes it can be a fantastic time to actually get out on the water and actually have a bit of space and peace and quiet.
Yeah, it was actually quiet, Joe. And once again, the weather forecast completely wrong. It was supposed to be a glass out, and it just never stopped blowing. But you just come to expect that now, and you just put up with it. But a nice evening out on Western Port with the lads. Good to get out. Good for the soul, Joey. And we had a good time.
That's awesome. And coming on to, I know you and I have got the week off next week between Christmas and New Year. Where do you reckon we should go fishing? We've got a 6 meter Eden craft there. We've got some time off. We can do anything we like. What do you reckon we do, Dave?
Joey, I've got adventure in me heart. Me hearty. I think busy period. Everyone's got time off. The bays are going to be absolute bedlam. Local offshore is going to be absolute bedlam. And I think it's this time of year where it's a good time. Well, we've got the time. Hopefully the weather's going to behave. We're going to touch on that a little bit later. To go and explore some untouched areas and get away from the boats, perhaps find some exciting new fisheries. So I think we put some Ks on the road and the boat, and maybe see if we can find some new zones to have a look at, Joey. I am specifically thinking kingfish with this warm water pushing through. We know there's bluefin around. We're going to touch on that as well a bit later, but there's good numbers of bluefin around. We'll try and resist them for a little bit though, Joe. And the other king, Joe, I'm actually looking forward to getting into the other king.
Oh, the whiting.
The King George whiting. Delicious eating, good fun for the family. So we might duck out and do a little bit of that as well.
Oh, I tell you what, after the last little whiting haul that I had, I just can't wait to sink my teeth into another crispy, air battered whiting fish taco with some like little coleslaw and squeeze a lime on a soft tortilla.
Beautiful. What about your token New Year's Day snapper? Was that when it was? Snapper trip, Joe. You're going to be doing that one out off Mount Arthur?
Uncle Tone's got plans on Boxing Day, so
Tone.
Yeah, we've actually got some really good weather on Boxing Day, so yeah, might have to work out something to get out and wet a line.
According to this run sheet, you'll be at Boxing Day sales and all the Test cricket on Boxing Day, Joe.
That's other things that happen on Boxing Day.
Are you trying to throw people off so they don't go to your fishing spots?
I love a good Boxing Day sale. And I'll give you another public service announcement. If you need a new TV, I reckon one of the best times of the year to buy a television is on Boxing Day. Go and get a Boxing Day sale. Go and get a new 4K TV. They're freaking cheap.
Noted. Now, circling back to the
sorry,
remotely fishing again.
We're fishing remotely.
Joey, we've had some bloody big celebrities on the show over the journey. As I've just gone off a bit early as usual. We've had some big celebrities on the show over the journey, and a few of them have reached out throughout the week. And by reached out, I mean I demanded they send us a video. And they've
we're
sent-
about to watch a video trailer, a
I've
video
ma-
promo.
We've got a montage, Joe. Now, sit back and relax, everyone, because get your tissues. This may bring up some feelings. I wanted to put Green Day's "Time of Your Life" as the backing soundtrack to this, like every graduation or montages has had in the past. Joe, you know that song?
Yeah, I do.
But apparently it was going to demonetize us. So sit back and have a look. We've had some of our legendary guests send in some cool videos, and we're just going to check that out now, Joe.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm Lee Rayner. Big congratulations to the boys at Wind Against Tide. Their 100th show coming up. And let's just say, as fishermen, they are very, very good podcast hosts.
G'day guys, Starlow here. 100 episodes of Wind Against Tide. How good is that? An unbeaten century. Here's to the next 100. Tight line.
King Kong, Donkey Kong. Congratulations to your 100 episodes, guys. It's been fantastic listening to you and also adventuring with you. You keep it real, it's fun, it's adventurous, and you're bringing all that to us in the fishing industry and beyond. So we appreciate you and we love you. Captain Dave, keep it cool. Until next time, I'm looking forward to more adventures from you.
G'day, Wind Against Tide crew. Dave from Mercury here. Thanks for all your support this year. Hope you guys have a great Chrissy. Mate, got to get you on that V10 early next year and get out for a fish. All the best, guys. Thanks so much.
Tino, really signing on. Just want to say a massive congratulations to the guys at Wind Against Tide, 100 episodes. Amazing effort. Hope to...
Just if I may pause for 1 sec. Not sure why Lockie O'Reilly's not wearing a shirt here, but more power to him.
Maybe he's on OnlyFans. Carry on.
Maybe I did dare him not to wear a shirt.
A few more 100 to keep ticking along. Keep up the great work. Absolutely killing it. And yeah, bring it on. Bring on another summer. Great fishing and great episodes. Cheers. O'Reilly, baby.
Evening, guys. Fantastic news. You've reached your 100th episode. What an effort by Dave, Joey, and the whole Wind Against Tide crew. Can't wait for the next 100, boys. Go get them. That's a King Kong, Donkey Kong, and a big yippa from Hunty.
Wind Against Tide, 100 episodes. Who would have ever have thought? Maybe 10 episodes, but to crack 100, guys, well done. Well done to Joey and Dave. The whole thing's been awesome. Glad to have been a part of a couple of episodes, guys. Congratulations from Fergie. Keep it up, and I'll see you all again soon.
Hello, Wind Against Tide crew. Luke McCredden here. Congratulations on 100 episodes. What a great achievement. It's a massive effort. You guys have worked super hard, and it's good to see. So certainly very proud to be a part of a couple of those episodes, and some highlights for me include when the Deep Drop and Wind Against Tide did a live show together, which I think was a real highlight for me. We had a lot of fun, and I dare say there'll be more in the future. Keep going, keep at it, have fun, enjoy the 100th episode, and here's to 100 more. Have a great Christmas. See you in the new year.
Dave, Joey, 100 episodes on Win Against Tide on the podcast. Thanks for having us on, and hope to be on again soon, talking more Kingfish. Well done. Great viewing and listening. Catch up soon, boys. Well done.
Hey, Bergie here. Happy 100th episode, guys. Well done.
Hey, guys. Dave and Joey.
It's Mitch.
Congratulations on the 100th episode of Wind Against Tide. I think I've been on 3 or 4 episodes, 3 I think, and I made a guest appearance when I broke into the studio unexpected, because you guys are giving me shit like you always do. And yeah, but by far, I've been the most entertaining guest that you've ever had. So yeah, no, it's been good. In all honesty, well done. Congratulations. Huge effort, and look forward to seeing many more episodes. And yeah, hopefully maybe being on a couple more. It's always a good laugh, good fun, and yeah, love what you guys are doing. And even Joey, he every now and then he does a little cheeky salsa dance or something that we all just shake our heads at, but we love it. So well done, boys. Congratulations, and have a ripper night. Cheers. Peace.
100 episodes of Wind Against Tide.
Oh,
So
it's
I've been
Jono.
there from the very beginning, episode 1, where we bumbled along and basically had a conversation, chatting to each other, and right through to number 100, where it's basically going to be the most polished, perfected podcast episode you can imagine. Spent most of my time listening to this podcast right here, right where we are now. And I'm about 2.5 hours from my destination. So I'm just about to get ready and kick back and do what I usually do. Right.
Hey guys, congratulations on 100 episodes of live stream. It's a good achievement. Hopefully there's many more to come. And thanks for keeping everyone entertained. Tight lines.
Congratulations, Captain Dave and Joey, on your 100th podcast episode. I'm really proud of you both, and it's been a long journey, but it feels short. There are a few things I'd like to say. There's a reason why I say King Kong, Donkey Kong, our captain is the best. Now that best has 3 qualities. First, Captain Dave is a good man. He's a straightforward guy and simple. You get what you see. Second, Captain Dave is dedicated, and not all fishermen are dedicated. In the sense, we went for marlin, we caught marlin for a couple of days. I said, let's catch a kingish. And that point of time, you said, no, Suraj, we've come for marlin, we're sticking with marlin, and that is dedication. Third thing is passion. Again, we were fishing for marlin, we were in the deep water, sea started becoming a bit choppy. There was only one boat that was standing, and that was us. That is passion. And Joey, what I say, Mike, keep strumming, keep talking, life is short, and wish you both win against Tide. Best of luck. A good journey, I'll say. And have fun, guys. Bye.
Oh, Joey.
Oh, wow.
You're not crying. I'm crying. Wait, I'm not crying. You're crying. But, does that bring some emotions up for you, my friend?
Oh, we did say we did this because a lot of people love it, and there it is, right?
Yeah, some fantastic guests here, and brought back a lot of memories as well. And special mentions to Jonah Yick for his fantastic acting in that video. Absolutely smooth, natural, didn't look staged at all. Really enjoyed it. I'm going Jason Taylor, special mention for your tuna death wall behind you. Barrel tails. Can't wait to pin a few kingies up there with you, Jace. Steve Starling for taking time out of his schedule to say good day, and all the guys that contributed there, absolutely fantastic. And we've loved chatting to you, and can't wait to have you all on down the track, Joey.
We've got quite a good talent roster.
We do. Another thing, Luke McCradden mentioned there, the live show. We had that this year, Joe. We went all out. We did a live show at Poker Face there in Berwick. And that was a fantastic event. We met heaps of people and we had a good time. So hopefully we'll look at doing something like that again next year, Joey, and onwards and upwards in 2024.
Yeah, love it.
So weather update, my friend.
Weather update.
We've touched on it a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Or have I sprung that on you too early?
No, that's quite all right. Not a problem. We'll just get that up on the screen. So, if you're thinking about what's the next weather situation for the next 5 days, we're going to give you an update on the Melbourne metropolitan area, courtesy of seabreeze.com.au. And oh my gosh, ho, it is windy as on Christmas Day.
Stay home with your families and drink eggnog, my friends, because that is trash.
Yeah.
Hit the Boxing Day sales. Buy a TV and go stock up on petrol.
That's it. You're looking at about 35 knots from the southwest on Christmas Day. Over the weekend, though, look, we'll just wind the clock back. What are we today? Thursday the 21st, Friday the 22nd. looking at 20 knots east southeasterly consistently all day. Also, over to Saturday, 19 knots pretty consistently east southeasterly. Also on Sunday, the 24th, Christmas Eve, if you're thinking about having a quick fish in the morning before any plans on Christmas Eve, the morning looks like it's dropping off to a Melbourne average of about 10 to 15 knots east southeasterly. And then when you get to about 2 p.m., it starts to race on up, and the wind just accelerates from about 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve all the way through to Christmas Day, where it peaks at about 35 knots over from the south
Deary
west.
me.
So
that concerns me because I'm erecting a very large trampoline on Christmas Eve, Joe.
Really?
And they're notorious for taking off in winds, aren't they?
Well, erect your trampoline in the morning on Christmas Eve, and you should be right.
Well, no can do, my friend. Got to pretend that it wasn't there when my son goes to sleep. So it'll be a nighttime thing, just as that wind races up, and you may see me flying through the air, hanging off that trampoline, unfortunately.
And over to Boxing Day on the 26th, it was a good weather situation when I checked earlier this morning, but we've still got a bit of a hangover. A lot of people are going to have a hangover from drinking and eating too much from Christmas, but that's all right. If you want to go fishing on Boxing Day, it's still going to be rather windy up until about 5 o'clock. Maybe that wind might start dropping from 35 knots down to about 20 knots. And then look, from then we got Wednesday the 27th looking like also about 20 knots west southwesterly. So it's looking quite average for boating, Dave.
That's not what we were hoping for at all, is it, Joe?
What do you suggest of some other fishing options if you can't get out in the boat?
That brings to mind inshore, Joe, bays, estuaries, or even there's some protected offshore zones in those winds. So I guess you just got to fish smart. Pick somewhere in the lee of the wind, unless you just want to go out and get bashed to death by the ocean, and enjoy some beautiful Christmas fishing. I mean, whiting and bread and butter species like that, more than accessible in those winds.
I was about to say we should go whiting fishing if it's going to be howling its guts out.
Yeah. Only thing about whiting is like that wind just blows you around on the anchor and you can move off the school a lot, I found in the past. So usually if it's like really windy like that, I'll fish a little bit deeper so that the current will hold you a bit straighter.
Yeah, even with the tide.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're fishing those super shallow areas for whiting and that wind, you're going to yaw around on your anchor, which can be a pain, and you can swing off the fish. Whereas if you go anchoring, say 6-7 meters where the current's going to beat the wind, you'll still hold straight, and you'll be able to keep the fish at the back of the boat.
It is a fantastic whiting fishing tip for anyone that's listening.
It is. So yeah, a bit of that, and maybe we might go explore some inland zones and just generally have a good time, I think, Joe.
We'll do something.
We will. Looking forward to it. Now, we have just, before we went to air tonight, put up a fishing video. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
There you go. When I was down in Tassie, I made sure I caught up with good friend Jonah Yick, and I had the footage from his giant swordfish, which was 289 kilo, Joe. And I did a bit of an interview style film shoot there with him while we were fishing, and pieced it all together. And there you go. It went live at 5 o'clock tonight. So if you haven't already seen that after we've finished tonight's podcast, jump on and have a look. We'd appreciate it, and give it a share and a like and comment. It all helps the algorithm.
It's really impressive. It was from earlier this year. It was a 289 kilo swordfish from his 18-foot Kudacraft gunshot. So you've got raw and exclusive interview with Jonah Yick, and we've been able to splice that into the footage of him bringing in that behemoth of a fish.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It was quite fun to edit.
And how they got it in the boat. They almost lost that fish. 289 kilo swordfish. They filmed it beautifully with catching the bite and getting tight. They almost lost it. Then they had to get the damn thing in the boat. So really, really awesome watch. check it out on YouTube. Goes for about 20 minutes. Epic video.
Yeah, watch it or else. I mean, enjoy it. Enjoy it, guys. Hey,
That's
Joe,
nice. Yeah.
you know how all day our good mate Shane and I have been talking about making gravy and it's gravy day, and I
Yeah,
thought being
well,
a songman, you would have picked that up really quickly, but you had no idea what we were talking about.
No, I didn't. The boy said to me in the group chat this morning, today's gravy day. And I said, well, it's Thursday. But I understand Thursday as Golden Eagle Day because the most common payday in Australia is Thursday. So I've always referred to Thursday as Golden Eagle Day. But when you said today's making gravy, I thought you guys were basically speaking Chinese.
I'm going to read the lyrics here, Joe, and see how long it takes you to get it. I hope that you actually get this. Here we go. Hello, Dan. It's Joe here. Hope you're keeping well. It's the 21st of December, and they're ringing the last bells. If I get good behavior, I'll be out of here by July. Won't you kiss my kids on Christmas Day? Please don't let them cry for me.
Bah, it's an Australian artist.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you might have actually, you're starting to get it. Do I go on?
I don't. I was gonna. Is it Tucker's daughter?
Who?
I don't know. What is it? Paul Kelly?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Well done. Applause. Applause.
I don't know what's the song. It just
Um,
sounds a bit like him.
How to Make Gravy.
Okay.
It's a classic Australian Christmas song, Joe. So there you go. That's why all day we were typing lyrics to that, and you had no idea what was going. Tucker's daughter.
Jimmy Barnes ain't no second prize. By the way, Jimmy Barnes has been returned home and well. He had an infection in his heart, and looks like Barnesy is still with us, and he's been returned home.
He's had heart surgery before, hasn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I wonder if Jimmy Barnes actually ever released a Christmas album. Can you imagine Jimmy Barnes' Christmas carols? Yeah.
That'd be beautiful. It'd be almost as good as my singing. What's your just a quick one? What's your favorite Christmas songs, Joe?
Oh,
Doesn't have to be top 5.
No, it's like Hall and Oates rocking around Jingle Bell Rock.
Old school.
Yeah, that's a great remake of the 50s. It's hard to go past Mariah. Like, she is the best.
Yeah, she is the best.
She's the best.
Are you doing any Christmas gigs in the next couple of weeks?
Yes, on Saturday evening, I'm playing out with Super Band. We're doing the Elton John and Billy Joel show out at an outdoor festival in a place called Ironsbury. Never heard of it. Ironsbury. It's past Melton, and we're playing Elton John and Billy Joel songs into the evening. So yeah, that is Saturday night.
Get out there, people, if you want to see Joe live slapping the bass. He makes a damn good bass player, actually. He's extremely talented. Comes alive behind the bass. Hey, if you want to chuck my screen up here, Joe, I've got a little kingfish report.
Have you got some kind of fish tracking map up on your screen there, Dave?
Yeah, I do. So a little post that caught my attention from New South Wales DPI Fisheries, and it kind of shows us why tagging these species can be important. So new kingfish speed record set following on from our previous interstate recapture. The game fishing tagging program recently received another from interstate. However, this one was of the most impressive recapture results the program has ever seen. This kingy originally caught and tagged 5th of October 2023 in Coffin Bay by Ethan Parsons has been recaptured less than a month later. Fish was recaptured on the 31st of October, so only a month apart, Joe, by a commercial vessel fishing off JB, New South Wales. That's a bloody long way, Joe, as you can see on the map there. The hefty 126 centimetre fish, so it's a big one, travelled 980 nautical miles or 1,819 kilometres in the space of only 26 days, which averages out to be 37 nautical miles or 70 kilometres per day. Just let that sink in for a moment.
That's a lot. I've got a question without, sorry to interrupt, but
Don't you dare interrupt.
Is that tracking like sending a signal back to base all through that time? Like, are they actually swimming from Adelaide going over the continental shelf and right in that deep water? Or is it when it comes into range that they get a track on it?
Good question. So as far as I know, it's a sat tag, which I believe they only get I think it does ping when they're like close enough to the surface, but they get the bulk of the information if they can recover the sat tag. It'll tell them like temperature graphs and stuff and what depth the fish was at, and it's an exact track.
Right.
Which I may be talking crap here, but I think that's basically the gist of it.
No, it's just interesting. Because like we're looking at this map here and this migration pattern of the kingfish. It's like they completely avoid Victoria.
Imagine that for a good selling out of the industry idea, Joe. If you bought a bunch of sat tags some kingfish in like barrels and that, and then you just sold the sat tag coordinates to people so they could go out and just like catch them.
Yeah. That's a good fishing subscription business venture.
I mean, at like $5,000 a pop for the sat tags or whatever, you'd want to sell a few subscriptions, but
you could call it Sat Tag Guide.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. So if you see that map, I don't know if that's actually legitimately exactly where it swum, but it appears to have gone out over the shelf, which, if it has done so, that kind of makes a little bit of sense that it's kind of ridden the currents, and that's how it's moved so far so quickly. So incredible. And I think we've mentioned it before, like it could be a little bit of a concern that we see so many kingfish recaptures because it means the biomass is not very large. So, we're interacting with the same fish again and again. So very, you get a lot of information from these programs. So I just realized, Joe, it's not sat tag because we just read a thing saying that it was tagged by anglers. So it's just a normal tag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. So they've just gone point A to point B.
One of the other, up on the map there, one of the other interesting landmarks that these fish go past, you've got the two islands. What's that? King Island and...
That's King Kong, Donkey Kong Island, and that's Flinders Island.
Flinders Island.
Yeah. Don't tell everyone about the secret spots there.
Okay.
Kingfishermen are very shifty, aren't they? Probably the most shifty of all the fishermen.
Well,
and Mulloway.
They're hard in Melbourne, I reckon.
They can be. You just got to put the time in, I think, like anything. So really interesting thing there, Joey. Coming into summer, we're about to see boat ramp madness. So public service announcement. Everyone be kind to each other at the boat ramps. We see some funny stuff this time of year. A lot of inexperienced people and people that maybe get out only once or twice a year. So go say good day, lend them a hand, and don't sling abuse at them.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, just help each other out.
That's right. Do we want to have a look at some fishing reports, Joey?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. We love this segment.
Hey!
Welcome to the Hookup, where we go around Australia and indeed the world for the freshest fishing reports. All righty, Joey. It's the weather has been up and down, so they're a little bit limited. But one thing you commented on to me earlier was that Simon Rinaldi. Bit of a gun, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's a beautiful bag of very fat whiting he's accumulated there, Joe.
They're whoppers.
So I thought we'd give a shout out to Simon, an OG charter operator.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Definitely.
So, we're seeing a fair bit of that at the moment, Joe. Big whiting coming into Western Port.
Mate, like, look at those whiting. They just look like a freaking baby's fist, mate. Like,
right. Okay. Yep. No worries. I don't know if they're like in massively bigger numbers at the moment or whether it's because it's about now everyone switches from snapper to whiting. It's just the done thing.
It is.
So you always see way more whiting captures about now, but plenty of guys seeing good reports of whiting fishing. Usual areas, Middle Spit, Tortoisehead Bank.
Chris Cassar Fishing Charters, he got some fantastic King George whiting as late as this afternoon.
He's been hosing them, Chris has, as usual. So, yeah, get stuck in the whiting, everyone. And
then go and get yourself some nice King George whiting fish tacos.
Lakes Entrance snapper, Joey. I don't have a photo, but we did see Far Out Charters this week crack a bunch of really nice fish. So that's starting to fire up
Oh yeah,
there.
it's about that time of the year where the big the snappers start coming on down that eastern part.
And we have young Nicholas Gillum here fishing.
Nico,
He's got a shiner there, actually. Look at that bruise. Jesus, the snapper won the fight there, Nico. Nicholas Gillum with a 19-pound big red fishing Port Welshpool with Dad Rodney. I'm giving that one King Kong Donkey Kong catch.
Oh, here he goes.
King Kong, Donkey Kong, mate. Look.
Well done, Nico.
Doesn't get old, that.
So those areas, lakes and Welshpool, tend to fire up a little bit after Western Port and Port Phillip. So you'll see good fishing there throughout the summer period.
How's the colour of the water down that part of the world in this time of year as well?
Yeah.
It goes like, not electric blue. What's the word I'm looking for? How would you describe it, Dave?
Clean, but
yeah, like a clean blue.
I did maybe pump the saturation up on that to make the snapper look a bit redder.
Okay.
It's a bit aqua, actually, that watercolor.
Yeah, look, I remember, last year we were fishing with Simon Webster over the break out off Lakes Entrance for snapper, and I had the UV polarizing filter on the camera, and the water was just looked like that we were up in Queensland somewhere. It was like clean and very blue.
Here's some fun fishing snapper reports here, Joey. Good mate Kev Bahaja fishing with John Cahill in Port Phillip, chucking plastics, which I've been telling you we need to do all season. They caught a bunch of really nice fish. Such a fun way to fish. Kev says, I've got no idea where I was because I don't know Port Phillip. But they were in like 18 meters plus, and they caught a bunch of good fish, Joe, and he said he got smoked by an absolute giant and bitten off. So that's only as of a few days ago, I believe. So
looks like he's up the front of the boat holding a beautiful snapper, and it looks like he's got the electric motor deployed there as well. So definitely everything you need in a toolkit to do that style of fishing.
And the beautiful circa 2001 sunglasses adorning the face as well.
I thought they were pretty good sunglasses.
Yeah, no, they're nice. They're nice. Yeah. So well done, Kev and John there. Bluefin. Bluefin.
Our favourite.
Bluefin. We're starting to see the bluefin turn up. So these lads caught right in the eastern entrance. That's Cape Woolamai behind.
Wow. Is that a slug? Oh no.
That's it looks like on a medal. So
medal?
right in the entrance, these guys were a flatty bashing, and the school of fish came up to the boat and they cast the lure out and bang on. We also saw quite a few fish caught off Inverloch and quite a few fish caught off Barwon Heads over the last week or so. So
they're here.
They're actually firing up even earlier than last year, Joe. It's bloody insane.
Ring the bell.
It's non-stop. Signal the hordes.
King Kong, Donkey Kong, mate. Look.
Just give out an unauthorized Donkey Kong?
No, I rang the bell.
Oh, I was going to signal the charge. We need like some sort of charge music, Joe.
Yeah, I got an air horn. We'll work on some sound effects coming up.
Lockie O'Reilly here with a bronze whaler out of Western Port, 170 kilo.
Holy crack-a-moly, look at that thing.
Still plenty of them around terrorizing the local snapper, stingray, salmon, whatever population.
They usually come in shore to terrorize swimmers at Rye Front Beach.
Do they?
Yeah, they just sun themselves and everyone's like, oh, it's a shark.
I read an article about that naval plane that crashed into Port Phillip, and it was, very sad, lives lost. But apparently, when they were recovering the wreck, the recovery divers were getting harassed by sharks quite constantly. So there's a lot of sharks in Port Phillip.
Wow, must be a lot of bait.
There's a lot of bait, and there's about to be hordes of people at the beaches splashing around, Joe. So kingfish coming on the chew at the moment too. Good mate Nigel actually got a really nice one just the other day.
Nigel
Arcand. And a beautiful cray and a couple of kings, I think. So.
Oh, please. Can we go? Let's go crayfishing. Oh.
I've been told I'm not allowed to share location on the kingfish or I'd be killed.
That's all right.
But you know what? They're kind of everywhere. Not everywhere, but if you work out an area where they're likely to be and put time in, they'll be there at some point. So it's a matter of persistence. And even areas where you think they may not be, Joe, like when they were right up Western Port last year.
Yeah.
So anyway, my tips for Kings is structure and current.
Mm.
That's what tends to be likely locations.
And where's the crayfish?
They're in various crevices.
Oh yeah.
But you were telling me that you thought you were going to just free dive for them.
No,
I said, no, it actually takes quite a lot of skill.
It does. I still got fond memories of crayfishing with Shane Lowry down the west coast. Went to this beautiful beach somewhere between Port Fairy and I don't know, gonna say Yambuck maybe somewhere around there. And we went to this beautiful calm beach, and I watched. No, I don't have the skill to dive that deep, free dive, and pluck some lobsters from under this this great big ledge that was in the water. All the lobsters were living under this ledge, and I was the bag man. I held the Hessian bag open for Shane, and I watched him.
Kind of sounds like you were a bit of a shark diversion, to be honest, Joe.
Yeah.
The one guy left flapping around at the surface while the other guys were hiding in the kelp.
Maybe, but yeah, Shane Larry's a fantastic diver, and watched him dive under this great big crevice and just pluck these lobsters by the antennas straight out from underneath them. And I was just waiting there with the bag.
Joe, if anyone knows how to sniff out a crevice, it's definitely Shane. Very, very good at crevice sniffing and plucking.
But yeah, if it's too rough in the boat, maybe we can go and collect some crayfish or even some pan-fried scallops.
Yes.
I'd settle for some pan-fried scallops in some white wine
jus.
Jus.
If it's too rough in the boat, why is it a good idea to then go and sit near a rock ledge in the ocean and dive into the water? I don't know about your thought process there, Joe.
No, well, I thought it was really dangerous, but I'm sure with some help from some professionals, we've got some nice, calm, protected spots out of the wind.
Joe, you know how much I love our Suraj.
Yes.
To death.
Yes.
But he really ground my gears on Sunday. Really ground my gears.
Oh,
we now go to Peter Griffin for You Know What Really Grinds My Gears.
Thanks, Tom. You know what really grinds my gears?
Joe, public service announcement. Do not take red wine on a fiberglass fishing vessel. I can't believe I've had to say this so many times. But gel coat, it's porous. It will just, if you spill red wine on gel coat, it will just absorb it. It's impossible to get out. This was sadly about the third time Suraj has brought red wine on my boat and inevitably spilled it everywhere. And I never thought I'd get angry at that little man, but I bloody did. Grinds my gears, Joey.
Let me tell you all listening on the podcast how it actually happened. Look, it happened to him the other night, but then 2 weeks ago, Dave's got these beautiful cup holders that clamp onto the bimini cover of his boat.
Oh yeah, that one was Jonah, I think.
And there was some half-drunk red wine in one of those party cups where it's paper, so you can't really tell actually how much wine is left in the cup. So it's probably about a third of cup of wine that was being rested in that cup holder while we were unhooking banjos and gummies and all sorts of wonderful sea animals. And when it was actually quite up high because Dave's like 6'7", so a short person can't really see if there's anything in the cup. So somebody else just came and plunged their cup straight into the other wine cup that had red wine in it, and it was just a red wine explosion. And Dave's gel coat on his boat just mopped it all up like
scrubbing for hours,
like a good Italian with a piece of bread mopping up some leftover pasta sauce.
By the way, pre-podcast dinner tonight on point. Mama Fernand, spaghetti, bolognese, absolutely beautiful. That's going on a bit of a tangent, but it was delicious, Joe.
Yeah, it was. Left you with the Dolmio grin.
Yes, it did. Very inappropriate. You're angry as well, Joe. You've got to grind my gears, I believe.
I'm just. I still don't understand why every time I log onto Facebook, I'm getting trolled by carp videos. Like I've caught one or two carps in my life, but like first it was I was getting trolled by carp videos of them, sucking up boilies off the bottom of a pond floor. And yeah, I've done some coarse fishing and all that sort of stuff, but it's just cranked up another gear this week. All of a sudden now I'm getting videos of carp eating and preparation, and it's showing me all these videos across, I'm going to say somewhere around Eastern Europe, and it's actually like an art form where they've got these carps that are like butterflied and splayed out like I don't know, like gosh, it's like, I don't know, like a chicken that's cut in half and butterflied, but it's like put on these like little crosses, like a crucifix, and there's just like a decoration of all these carps in this pit of fire, and like it looked impressive. But anyways, I probably should stop talking about carp because I'm going to keep getting these stupid videos.
Yeah, you're going to get hounded by them. In some countries, they're actually a delicacy. Apparently, they got weird like bones in them. But
actually, I have seen a few people up on the Facebook feeds eat carp, and mainly down towards in Victoria, in the far east, where the water's really, really clean.
Well, I had a friend on the boat the other night, Chris, and he was mentioning he eats carp. He goes fishing and catches carp and eats them. And he said some places you catch them are terrible, the eating quality, like I think more so like muddy dams and stuff. But when you catch them in like flowing water, they're quite clean and not bad to eat.
Yeah.
So they're actually not too bad, Joe.
I don't know. We live too close to the water here in Metro
I won't
Melbourne.
be eating any. But it would be nice if that was a use for the resource, because basically they just need to be culled. But, people could actually eat them rather than just dump them on the ground. I know we use them for fertilizer and stuff, but it'd just be cool if, in a world where food's more and more expensive, if a few people can go out and easy to catch carp and eat them, and it tastes good, then that's a good thing.
Yeah, I love it. Dave, I want to talk to you about your favorite of all time Christmas foods. We're about to enter an eating holiday this week. I know I've got some Christmas food plans, but I'd like to hear what your Christmas food plans and maybe a list of some of the Christmas foods that you're going to be enjoying this weekend.
Joe, I used to go all out in the lead up to Christmas when I didn't have kids and had more time in my life, and I'd go and harvest. Sorry?
And I was going to say, and no hyperinflation.
No hyperinflation. And I'd go and harvest some whiting, some crayfish, maybe even a kingfish, and I'd come to Christmas and be king of the world, Joe. But these days, I work right up until the break. You need the violins playing right now. There's no time to get any seafood, and it's just turkey and ham, my friend. It's nothing overly exciting this year.
You've gone the old land spread.
But I know the Fernandes will have something up their sleeve.
What about, well, I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. On Christmas Eve, I'm going to head to the local fish market and line up with about 1 million other people and wave my fist furiously for some prawns and crayfish and some oysters. I really, really love eating oysters El Natural with a nice squeeze of lemon and Tabasco sauce. Very, very tasty, my friend.
Love it, buddy.
Love Christmas seafood. Love prawns. Crays, maybe. It's like $110 a kilo cray. Hence why I want to find out how to pluck them myself from crevices. And
actually, you know what? When it's busy on the water and it's bloody hot and the fishing's crap because there's too many boats around, it's quite nice to be in the ocean rather than on the boiling floor of a boat. Maybe we do need to get into that, Joe.
Yeah, I think so.
Questions. I've had a couple of questions come in.
Right, let's do it.
Just a request for us to take someone fishing. Jimmy D wants to know, what knots do you use with kingfish for leader? Hook, lure, do you use a swivel? So personally, I run a like an FG to a shock leader, so probably about 4 meters of, say, 80-pound leader, and then you can even run that straight through to a hook. But I run a swivel because if your yakka dies or whatever and it starts spinning, it'll mess your line up really badly. So I do run a swivel. But in terms of attaching a weight, what would be absolutely ideal would be a downrigger. but I don't have a downrigger. So what I actually do is rubber band a sinker up the line a little bit. And then when I do catch a fish, I just wind that rubber band through, or I rip the sinker off, and then I'm in direct contact with the fish again. But the idea of having the rubber band up the line a bit is to keep the weight away from where the actual bait is, Joe. So it's a more natural presentation. So
Yeah,
just an
I like
FG
that.
knot, and then the hook is just a uni.
Even last year when there was an incredible run of kingfish up in Western Port, I even heard some anglers were catching kingies towing around King George whiting, because there's stacks of King George whiting about in the upper reaches of Western Port. They've got a perfectly long nose that would make them, pretty good for live baiting, I would think.
Yeah, well,
have you ever
it's that
used-
natural resource, isn't it? They're in Western Port. They're eating everything that's in Western Port. Plenty of whiting in Western Port.
Yeah.
And they're going to eat it.
I love it. But yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into some kingfish, hopefully this year. Didn't time it right last year, but maybe we can change that this year, Dave. I really want to eat some barbecued, lemon peppered kingfish. Nothing beats fresh kingfish to eat. I can't wait.
You food related it again.
Yeah.
I love it. My sister-in-law's asked if you're single. That's a bit weird. We haven't had a love life update from Joe for a little while, but
She's lovely, your sister-in-law.
they both are. They both are, Joe.
Yeah.
But
You've really hit the jackpot there in the Witty family.
I have. That's
Yeah.
absolutely true. But Joe's being all sheepish now, but we'll get some love life updates from him a little bit down the track, I think. A little bit going on in Joe's world. Request to take someone fishing. Another interesting question we had come through was your worst fishing injury, Joe. I mean, we had Suraj's hook through finger the other day.
Is that actually a real photo? I thought that was a joke photo.
And then this actually reminded me of this question came up, and then Shane had sent us through this photo again today. That is my hand many years ago, Joe, when we were fishing for tuna at Eaglehawk Neck in Tasmania.
No. I was about to say marlin from the looks of that.
No, so we hooked a small school tuna. So about, probably was only like 10 to 15 kilo. Which
No.
is what's
That's embarrassing, bro.
But man, it had a seal up its clacker. Initial run, I got on the radio, probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done. I called it a barrel
remember
because
this
it had a
story.
seal up its clacker and it was screaming. And then when it did get to the boat, I was so disgusted it was a tiny schoolfish. I took about 5 wraps of the line and was planning on just dominating it into the boat when it took off and basically seared the line into my hand before it broke. The line, not my hand, that is.
Mate, you talk about a Christmas ham. Your hand with the beautiful line burn marks through your hand looks perfect for the Christmas table there,
Yeah,
Dave.
I've still got, you probably won't see it on camera, but I've still got that scar. Oh, you can't quite see it.
Yeah, I can see it. The
There it is.
lower one.
You can maybe just make that out just under the knuckles.
Oh,
I've still
man.
got that scar on my hand today.
You look cool. You're a real man.
It's cool. I like it. It's a little, helps me remember back in the day when we were at Eaglehawk Neck and a tuna absolutely dominated me.
We will never forget.
What about you, Joe? Fishing injuries?
Bah.
Broken heart from losing tuna?
No, I haven't. No, just had a bit of bruising in my groin from winding all those barrels.
Oh, you poor man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the old bruised groin. I doubt that was from the barrels, mate. Doubt that was from the barrels.
Oh, you're just ramming this metal stick into your balls. Look like you're gonna get some freaking bruises after winding on 115 kilo tuna for a while.
Wowee. I feel like you set yourself up for here, Joe, with the words you're choosing to describe these things.
Yeah, I'm a very descriptive man. Maybe that's why I got a job on this podcast.
It is.
Use your words.
Rodney Gillum saying, where's Simon Webster? It's his daughter's 18th birthday tonight, Rodney. So happy birthday to Simon's daughter. Hope you enjoy it. I suggested that watching Win Against Tide would be a great way to spend your 18th, but apparently not.
Well, it could be a good way for Webby to maybe relax while the 18-year-olds are going crazy in the other room. Could just retreat to Parents Island and pop on the telly.
The back on the injury thing, the only other actually once when I was about 11, I was getting off the boat, fell off and broke my toe on the prop. And it's still all deformed and terrible. And another one was I grabbed a very green black marlin by the bill and it proceeded to bash my arm repeatedly against the side of the boat. I don't have the photo. I should get it at some stage. And my whole arm is just like blue and black and blue and grazed, Joe.
You just reminded me of someone else's fishing injury. Poor Uncle Tones. He was beach launching his 5.5 meter boat at Flinders Beach. And when he was pushing the boat off the trailer, he had like a tie-off rope in his other hand, and something slipped. Well, the weight of the boat rolled off the trailer, and he had his hand, and it got tangled up in the rope, and it almost squished his hand into pulp.
Oh well. Poor Uncle Toad.
Yeah, well, shit, like far out, Dave.
Yeah. So anyway, we've seen
I
some
don't know,
gruesome ones from knives, gaffs through body parts, knives through body parts, hooks through body parts. It's a dangerous profession, my friend. It's a dangerous profession.
Hooks
So
in fingers.
everyone be careful out there over this summer break.
People hitting whales.
Yes. Actually, that was quite a fishing injury from Mark Sullivan.
Takes the cake.
Yeah, so that'll I think we're nearly ready to wrap up, I reckon, Joey. We've got in there, we're going to mention in the new year I'll be at my new job. That'll be cool.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mully's Marine.
You are becoming a boat salesman.
Yeah. So
First time ever. You've been in the industry in a fishing capacity for years.
in the media format, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, come down and say hello and buy a boat. That'll be cool.
You'll be selling Haynes Hunters, I believe.
I will be. Haynes Hunters, and there's a few other brands the guys have there that'll be pretty exciting. So yeah, come down and say hello. And in the meantime, we're going to be out and about on the water. So if you see us, say g'day and let us know your fishing reports. We're going to try and maybe do a podcast next week. Joe did mention if the weather was good, we'd probably go fishing. But looking at that weather forecast, looks like we could be podcasting next week. So
we might be talking if we're not fishing.
We may well be. So we will see you all then. Don't forget to jump on, check out our swordfish video that's just gone up. Anything else you want to add, Joey, before we wrap it up for this evening?
No, I just want to wish all of our fans and supporters a great, safe and happy Merry Christmas. Look, sometimes Christmas is not a great time of the year for everybody. So I'm also thinking about those people that might not be having a great Christmas this year. Hopefully this show brings you some joy as well and warms your heart. We're definitely going to be back next year. But yeah, have a great Christmas and enjoy your break. And I hope you get to get out on the water and spend some time with your loved ones.
Yeah, I think absolutely good point, Joe. Some people find it a really hard time of the year. People are missing loved ones and stuff. So if you are really struggling, feel free to reach out to us on our socials and we're happy to have a chat. And or if we've got a spot going on the boat, we'll get you out for a fish because fishing is the great equalizer, Joe. And hopefully it will cheer someone up. So good night, everyone. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope we're going to see you before that. And enjoy the rest of your week. If you finished work, well done on your year working. And if you've still got a day to go like me, let's be honest, we won't be doing very much tomorrow anyway. So get on it tonight, go into work hungover, and have a good evening, everyone. Good night.
Peace out.
Where's the whiskey club, Joe?
In my cabin. Let's go.
Let's roll, baby.
Let's roll.